YouTube. Oh yeah. Oh, fix this up. Fix this up. I keep forgetting to do that. Yeah. All right. We are live on YouTube. First of all, if you're here live, my apologies for the very late start. It's a bit overcast here today in Redwood City, California, where I live, and it's been sprinkling a little bit. The forecast said a brief light rain was about to hit, and I think it did. It's sprinkling right now. I wasn't quite sure if I was going to do this today or not, but heck, I'm a little bit of a daredevil, so, I'm not going to let a little light rain stop me. Plus, these new iPhones now are like, they're like water resistant, like waterproof. So I really have nothing to worry about. I'm bundled up. Life goes on. Come rain, come shine. Get in your exercise. Get out there. Kick in those endorphins. Stay healthy and fit. Don't let anything get in the way of your happiness, folks. Don't let anything get in the way of your happiness. If there's one thing that I feel people should be and are entitled to, is happiness. Most other things, no one's entitled to, but you are all entitled to your happiness. And you shouldn't let anything get in the way of it. The cool thing about it, being a little bit overcast and having a light rain, is that there aren't going to be that many people walking right now. So I'll probably have the whole trail to myself. No distractions. Maybe the rain will help the atmospheric conditions keep me from going offline or getting cut off the cell towers multiple times per stream on this trail. But hey, we'll just play it by ear and keep on moving forward. So just, hopefully we'll see some of the usual culprits here in a little bit. Maybe Queen Helen Casey will be here. Maybe Lewis Fuller and some other regulars. Maybe some new people. And if not, whoever is here will get a great message. And, the title today, the topic today, just really hits home with me because people are just afraid to take chances to get what they want and get the happiness they want, right? But if you don't take any chances, if you're so guarded and you're so afraid of losing or getting hurt, right? And you put up that fort, nothing can happen. And instead, you're just going to continue to end up being more and more lonely and miserable because you're not taking chances, right? I'm just going to get right to it today. Welcome to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli, the Walking with Purpose live edition. Live from the SF Bay Trail. It's a bit overcast. God, the bugs are still here. And then the trail's a little bit damp, but not that bad. It's sprinkling, but it's not coming down. If we look a little bit north, it's a little bit clearer, so I think these clouds are going to pass and we're going to be just fine. But it is what it is. All right, this is episode number 238. I thought I heard something. Episode number 238. And today, I forgot the exact title, but I know what I want to talk about. Today, we're going to be discussing taking chances to accomplish what you want to accomplish, right? If you don't take chances, you just aren't going to get anywhere. just not going to get anywhere, right? So take those chances. Same thing, risks. If you don't take a risk to get what you want, how will you ever have a shot of getting it? So take that risk. And what people don't realize is that, hey, when you take that risk, even if you fail, and you fail and fail again, each and every time you fail, you learn from your failures, and you try a little bit better the next time. And if you fail again, you learn even more, and you try even better the next time until you nail exactly what you want, until you get exactly what you want. This holds true personally and professionally. Personally and professionally. This whole world nowadays, because of the internet, has really, really, really changed everything. And I was thinking about this earlier today, when I decided to do this topic. And was watching some other YouTube videos where other creators are doing crazy things to other creators. Like there's, a pretty big YouTuber by the name of Tim Pool, who continues to talk about when he got swatted. When you get swatted, it means somebody calls a distress call to your house, and then the SWAT team comes in, and sometimes they'll break the door down, and it can be a risky situation because if they shoot at you, if they shoot at you, you're thinking that you're the culprit when it's a fake call. Sometimes it can cost you your life when you did nothing wrong. And a lot of trolls on the internet do this to live streamers because they want to see it happen while it's happening live, right? It's typically a bunch of younger men. Women don't really do this stuff. I'm not saying that no women do this. Some do, but it's more so, younger, teenage boys or even younger than teenage boys. And even sometimes they keep doing it into their 20s. And it's because they're just socially awkward. They can't find happiness in the things that normal human beings find happiness in, either through dating or, having a hobby that they enjoy doing or playing sports or whatever, right? So these kids, in order to fulfill, some kind of happiness in their life, these young boys, they like to create havoc on the internet, right? And they try to do it anonymously, thinking that they're never going to get caught, but they don't realize that at some point they're all going to get caught, right? And it's going to cost them a lot more than just doing things the right way the first time around. And so I continue to see these stupid things happening on YouTube and all over the internet. People trash talking each other, right? People filing copyright strikes on people that do an honest reaction video using parts of their clips under fair use, which is protected under copyright law. I just see people doing stupid shit over and over and over and over and over again to try to get attention, to try to silence people, right? Right? And the funny thing is, those people that are copyright striking people for doing a fair use, commentary reaction by using parts of their video, right? And they're doing that just because they don't like the opinion that the person responded with, right? The people that are filing those copyright strikes are also using other people's content under fair use and talking smack about other people, right? So it's very hypocritical. That's the problem nowadays we have in this world with the internet. Now, people have always been hypocritical even before the internet, but now it's much more apparent. It's much worse because we can hide our identity, right? That's the thing. That's the thing about the internet. You know, you could be anonymous, right? But if you feel the need to be anonymous on the internet, right? What are you trying to hide, right? If you're just a good, decent person and you use your face and your real name as your username wherever you participate, you know, there's nothing to worry about, right? Typically the people that are anonymous and hide their identity, their face, and their name, their real name, it's because they're trying to get away with stupid shit. Because they're so bored, lonely, and miserable that they have nothing better to do. All right, we're back, folks. Sorry I got cut off. I'm back. I continue to see stupid behavior not only by young, men and women, or young boys and girls, especially more so it's the boys. Like, it's more so the boys that are, and the men that are creating these issues and attacking other people, right? Women are too busy trying to figure out why they're single and why they can't get a good guy and why there aren't any good guys left. So that's what women are complaining about. There's the lady that's on a Bluetooth headset having a loud conversation while she's walking the trail. It's all good. Just wanted to stay quiet for a second. So it's primarily the younger boys that are doing it, or the young adult men, right? Late teens, early 20s, right? But in many cases nowadays, you also have, guys in their 30s, 40s, and 50s doing the same stupid shit out here on YouTube and social media to try to get attention and traction and, make something out of themselves, right? Because they feel they don't have anything more to offer this world, kind of like what I have to offer here. What I offer here are my trials and tribulations, my stories, my successes, my failures, and more so, I focus on my failures because you can learn from your failures, folks. I've never been afraid to fail, right? I want you to remember this phrase. Never be afraid to fail. Because if you aren't afraid to, because if you are afraid to fail, you will never succeed. Never be afraid to fail, because if you are afraid to fail, you will never succeed, right? Because everything in life involves you taking a chance, right? There are many other things I could have done in my life at this point, with the exception of this coaching business that's been a real pain in the butt to get off the ground because of what's happening on the internet and how people are nowadays. And how these, crazy people that do stupid shit on the internet keep on doing things that keeps the audience focused more on that. It keeps the audience more focused on the negative shit, and people don't have the energy or time or feel like tuning in to positive stuff that can turn their lives around and help them stop wasting their time by supporting and being a part of all this stupid crap, right? Thank you for the 5 thumbs up. 10 people here. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. And even though this is a difficult business to penetrate, right? I keep moving forward because I believe in myself and I believe in each and every one of you. And I'm not going to stop. I'm never going to stop. I'm going to keep moving forward until more and more people get in front of my message here and hear that what I'm saying is for your best interest. It's for your better good. I'm so sick and tired of people continuing to watch drama content. And I'm not just talking about drama content with people I used to be involved with. Forget about them. They're out of the picture, okay? I'm talking about in general, the majority of content now, I used to say, hey, half the content on YouTube is drama, the other half is real content, right? Well, now people are beginning to realize that, hey, my real content isn't getting shit for traction. So let me just stoop down to their level and just instigate drama and talk smack about people, and then I'll get all eyes on me, right? So now what I'm noticing, and I'm talking over just the last month or so, right, or in the new year, right? Now what I'm noticing is that 75 or 80% of YouTube has gone the drama route, thus making it more difficult for real creators with a real good message like mine to gain any traction, because we are overwhelmed with drama and stupid bullshit that people continue to want to rather watch than better their lives. People would rather continue sulking in their own misery than do something positive for themselves. I just don't get it. I can understand if you're a little kid, right? I can understand if you're under 12 or 10 years old and you really haven't learned yet, how to be a mature, young adult, right? But by the time that you get to your teen years, 13, 14, 15, or even 16, you're practically, almost fully grown, and you're practically an adult, right? And if you haven't learned by that point that, stupid shit just isn't worth it, then it's going to hinder your life, right? It's going to take over your life. And you're going to become that. And it's going to affect you from accomplishing what you truly want to accomplish. Why? Because you just aren't happy within yourself. You're miserable. And you'd rather stay in that miserable state than do something positive about it. Than say, I'm done with this BS. I'm done with this trolling. I'm done with this drama. I'm done talking shit about people, right? Folks, it's pretty simple, right? I understand anything can be easier said than done, right? I've struggled with these things in the past, but you can turn it around. You just have to want to turn it. You have to want to turn it. You're there. All right. Sorry, I got cut off. I'm back. My lady, that's been with me for almost 6 months. We had a great day yesterday. We took a nice 4-mile walk at a beautiful local park in our area. The weather was like 72, 73 degrees, 74. It was nice. It was beautiful. It's like a night and day difference between yesterday and today. And we had a nice dinner afterwards. It was a great time. And she was so happy. I haven't seen her this happy. This is the happiest I've seen her since I've been with her. And she's always been happy with me. But she was never happy. Well, I wouldn't say never. But for the last decade plus in her life, she hasn't been happy deep within herself. And for the first time since I've been with her, I'm really starting to see her really love herself. Why? Why was she able to turn that around? I'm not going to sit here and try to take the credit. Yes, I did have a part in it, right? But I motivated her, I inspired her, I uplifted her. I told her, you know what? You don't need drama in your life. You don't need bullshit in your life, right? You're hanging around your friends that are more miserable than you. So how the hell are you going to get better when you're hanging around with people that are more miserable than you? You're not going to get better, folks. You're not going to turn your life around if you hang around with people that are more miserable than you are, right? How are they going to help you? The only people that can help you are people that are in a better place. And let me tell you, folks, I want to help her. I've wanted to help her because she's my lady. I haven't been helping her as a coach. I've been helping her as her man. But it's the same thing. I'm just her man, right? I'm using it for example purposes. Each and every day, the phone calls we would have when we wanted to see each other, and other things that happened when we saw each other. She struggled, not with me, with other aspects of life. And she was really leaning in to me to really help her get through it. And I did. Because I kept on uplifting her. I kept on telling her, you're better than that. Rise above it. Your own friends are not helping you. They're more so hurting you because they're more miserable than you. They're projecting their insecurities onto you. And I'm not going to tell you to stop hanging around your friends. I don't tell anyone that. But seriously, if you're tired of being in a negative state, if you're tired of BS and drama, why would you want to hang around people that are, so to speak, your friends that are going to be bringing more of that into your life? If you want to get rid of that, what's the right answer? You gotta remove all of that shit that's causing that drama in your life, right? A lot of people nowadays, they hold on to people, they hold on to things for so long, and they know it's wrong to hold on to those things, right? They know some friends, family members, and other people they're associated with are weighing them down. But for some reason, we keep holding on to those people, right? We keep holding on to people that we know are weighing us down. Why? Because we fear being alone. I'd rather be alone than be around shit people. I agree. Well, of course I agree with myself. What am I saying? Oh, let me say it again. I would rather be alone than be around shit people just to have people to be around. That's the thing, right? We continue to hang around people and do things with people that are really not in alignment with what we're trying to accomplish, but we do it because we'd rather be with someone or some group of people than be alone, right? Well, why not focus on bettering yourself so you can attract people into your life in the same way as you want to live your life? You ever thought about that? Yeah, easier said than done. Yeah, way easier said than done. I may have to take off my glasses because it has been sprinkling, and my glasses are getting wet and it's getting harder to see. Give me a second here, folks. CHP is flying on Highway 101. There may be an accident. I mean, the roads are a little bit slick. I'm just trying to put my glasses in my pocket so I don't lose them and zip them up. All right. Folks, you can turn your lives around starting right now. It's one quick and simple change. Stop hanging around people that make you more miserable than you already are because they're more miserable than you. Okay, let me repeat that one more time. Stop hanging around and doing things with people, associating with people that are more miserable than you, right? I know it's difficult because they say misery attracts company, right? Misery attracts company, right? I mean, who the hell in their right mind wants to stay miserable? So why would you continue hanging around more miserable people than you if you don't want to be miserable, right? Like I said, who in their right mind wants to remain miserable? Well, the problem is you're not in your right mind, right? And I'm not trying to call you crazy or loony. Maybe some of you are, right? But you got to change your fucking mindset. You got to change your mindset and ask yourself, is this working for me? Is what I'm doing working for me and getting me ahead? Or is it putting a temporary Band-Aid on the underlying issue that I just don't want to address, right? I don't want to go there, right? Because everyone knows they have issues that have these issues, right? And they just don't want to go there. They know they need to turn some things around. But in order to turn things around, you got to get to the root of the problem. You need someone to call you out of your shit like me and say, look, you got some issues within yourself. You don't love who you are. And because you don't love who you are and love your life, you're taking it out on everyone else. You're projecting it onto everyone else. And even the good people that come around you, you try to knock down their happiness so that in that way you turn them into a miserable person, so that way it can make you feel better and you can have someone just like you to share your misery with, right? How does that sound? See, nobody talks about this shit as clearly as I do. No one talks about this stuff, right? And if more and more people started coming across my content, it will change their lives just like it did for my lady. And that's why we're going to interview her months down the road when this whole ordeal I've been talking about between her and I and what she's been going through and what she's accomplished lately. That's why we're going to talk about this. We're going to do some podcasts and some shows. And when you hear this story, folks, it's going to blow your mind. It's also going to inspire you and motivate you to make a change in your life that you've so desperately tried to do, but you just keep giving up on yourself, right? The reason why you folks out there that know you have issues and you need to make a change, right? The issue why you haven't made that change, or the reason why you haven't made that change, is because you know it's difficult. You know you would have to give up a lot. You know you would have to give up a lot to turn it around. Number one, you have to get rid of all the shit people that are more miserable than you, and you're going to have no friends. Why? Because the friends you really want, you aren't going to attract until you turn your shit attitude around to a positive one. So you got to get rid of all the crappy friends you have because they're not really your friends, right? And then you have to admit to yourself, I have issues. I need help. You got to own it. I need help. And then you got to reach out to people like me or other people that can help you. Help you by sharing our examples of what we went through in a similar situation in the past, how we turned it around. And you need someone to hold you accountable. And you need someone to call you out. When you need someone to be there for you. You need someone to be there for you when you relapse. To say, hey, you've made so much progress. I'm not going to let you go backwards. Right? Hey, Lewis, how you doing, bro? Good afternoon, Eli. I just gave you a like. I'm watching your ads in full. Well, thank you, Lewis. I appreciate it. Not a big deal, but I appreciate it, man. I haven't grown big enough yet to get enough views for ad revenue to matter, Lewis. I make like a little over $100 a month on ad revenue. That's about it. It's not a big deal. It'll get there, Lewis. It's still gonna take a lot of work because the majority of people now on this planet, on social media, they either have real life drama or they create fake drama. And that's where all the attention is at. So people don't give a shit about this content because they'd rather dwell on their own misery, right? I'm trying to turn that around, brother. Folks, I'm going to go off the air for a second again. I need to use the restroom real quick. I'll be back in just a few. So please, don't go. All right, we should be back. Welcome back, everybody. So, like I was saying, in life, we have to take chances. Or we're never going to get anywhere. If you don't take chances in life, in essence, you're giving up on yourself, right? If you want to turn your life around for the better, you got to take chances, you got to take risks, you got to give things up that are not benefiting you, that are not serving you. I have so much content to go over. I've had a lot to deal with lately in my personal life, and I'm totally fine with it because this is what I do. I help people. I've been helping my family out. I've been helping my lady out, and I've been doing these walks. And let me tell you, between those three things alone right there, it pretty much almost books my entire day in energy, right? But I have so much more content in my archives. I have so many screenshots of back in the days when I was single and on dating apps, talking with women, right? And seeing how, they respond and how guarded they are, right? And how closed off they are to giving someone a chance, right? Like I've said before, I'll say it again. There are a lot of women that are in their 30s, now even in their 40s and 50s that are very attractive, but they're single, never married, no kids. They have a good job, make good money, have a home, nice car. They got everything. They look good on paper. But why are they single? And why are they talking with you? Because they've talked with most other guys, and either A, they end up being beta males that they don't want, right? Because the beta males will conform to a woman no matter what. And then women just get turned off by that biologically and naturally. Or they come across guys like me that are confident alpha males that are not going to put up with guarded, angry, bitter, and jaded women. We just won't. These women need to learn to understand that if they want to get the guys they really want, they got to put their fucking guard down and allow those guys to come in or that guy to come in and take a chance. But like I've said in the past, I have screenshots. One of these days I'll do an in-studio stream and compile the best screenshots of conversations I had with these women on dating apps before I met the wonderful woman I'm with right now. And I think she'll even get a kick out of this too. Because my woman had her guard down and allowed me to come in. Don't get me wrong. She did test me a little bit. That's normal. But she didn't sit there. When I asked her for her number, she gave it to me right away, and we talked, and then we met. A lot of these women, like I said, I was going through some of these screenshots. I remember a conversation with a woman that was a few years older than me and very good looking, for a woman a few years older than me. Okay? But from what I remember on her profile, single, never married, no kids. Big red flag, right? And so I was going through the conversation. I'm like, oh man, I remember this one. She was telling me, you look handsome in your pictures. And I remember I wrote back, I'm like, well, handsome is a word that I haven't heard in quite some time. I mean, what modern woman nowadays says handsome? They'll say cute and attractive and stuff, right? Handsome's like the old school. But whatever, right? So, in scrolling through the conversation, and I'm trying to remember this off the top of my head. I don't have stuff right in front of me here. I asked her for her. She wanted to talk by phone, and I asked her for her phone number. And I would always preface, when this started happening, I would always preface that, the app, the phone, the built-in phone on the app doesn't work well for me and has frequent disconnects. It's bullshit. It does work, but I want to see how interested someone is, or I wanted to see how interested someone was in me, right? So if you'd like to send me your number, I'll text you to arrange a call, right? Well, I don't give out my number, for safety reasons. If you want to send me your number and let me know a time on when to call you, I'll call you. So in essence, you don't give out your number because you're afraid someone's going to do a background check, find out where you're at, and stalk you, right? That very rarely happens, right? But that's why these women nowadays fear even giving out their number. They can even get a Google Voice number that they can use, right? And they can't track shit with that, right? Or it'd be a lot harder, right? So yeah, you don't want to give me your number as a safety measure, right? But you want me to give you my number and then, tell you to call me during a time that works for me and you from a blocked number, right? Now, granted, I can understand, being a little bit cautious, but when you're that guarded, when you're that cautious, you're guarded, right? Because, hey, look, we know the majority of people in life nowadays are good people, right? Right? We also know every now and then, rarely, someone might misuse a number or look you up or do something stupid, right? But that's where your instinct comes in. That's where your intuition comes in. And that's where you as a woman should decide if you're going to take a chance with this guy or not. You see, in my opinion, any woman that would fear giving a man her number on a dating site is basically conveying that they're not sure if this guy is good enough or not, right? And if I'm not good enough for someone, well, back then, now obviously I'm good enough for my lady, right? But if I'm not good enough for someone, then I don't want to talk. I don't want to talk with him. And hey, I'm gonna give you my phone number, and then you can call me blocked, and just hang up on me. Like, see, that's the thing. In essence, what a woman doing that is basically wanting to have the full control of the conversation, right? So back in those days, when I was single, this is how I handled it. I'm trying to remember exactly what my screenshot showed. I wrote back and I said, well, my phone doesn't accept blocked numbers. And it's true, it doesn't. Especially since I started doing YouTube and the trolls and haters would try to bombard my phone. Now they can't do anything. When I'm live, I'm in do not disturb mode. They can't interrupt my stream. These phones have great security measures as long as you use them and program them right? And I've done that, right? I said, you know what? Sometimes in life, you got to take a chance with something that feels right. If you're willing to take that. Hey, I'm back, Lewis. Let's see what Lewis says here before I continue. Yes, exactly. The super troll was trying his best to get me to stop being in your chat or from following you. I got to tell him it's not going to work. He knows that, Lewis. He's just going to keep doing it because he has nothing better to do. Right? Right? Lewis, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you, Lewis. I consider you not just a student of my work, a friend, a close friend, right? But you've been watching what I've been doing, and we've talked about this, right, Lewis? And it helped you. Correct me if I'm wrong. It helped you learn how to deal with the trolls better. It made you a stronger man, right? And now you know more what to look for when someone's genuine to connect with on YouTube or not, right? I'm proud of you, brother. You're another success story. And I hope to one day, maybe we can talk with your sister again. I know we've been working with her behind the scenes. Maybe we should talk behind the scenes again sometime soon with you and your sister. I know she's heading on the right track, and I know she will be a success story as well. But yeah, so, getting back to the story with this woman with the screenshot of these past dating conversations I had when I was single. Okay? So, I told her, I said, look, you got to take chances sometimes. If you're willing to take that chance, I'm a good guy. Send me your number and I'll text you to arrange a call. If not, no worries. It was nice chatting with you. And then she had gotten back to me and said, I'd still like to talk with you, but I'm really firm with my boundaries regarding, online dating or something like that, right? So if you want to send me, or your number, or if you want to talk through the app, and I had told her already in the past that I don't use the app because it doesn't work, even though it's BS. I'd already conveyed that, right? This is the crap that women put you through, right? They want to be in full control, right? Here's the thing. Women are now liberated and they're just as equal as men, right? Equal rights, right? Equality, right? So the same goes both ways, even in the dating world. You don't get to revert back to pre, women's movement era when you feel like it. This is the post women's movement era. We are equal, right? So guess what? I got back to her and I said, I also have boundaries when it comes to online dating. That's I could have gone into more detail, but all I said was I also have boundaries when it comes to online dating. I wish you the best of luck. Take care. Sent it, waited. I remember this now. Waited like 3 minutes and then I blocked her, right? And she was hot. She was very hot, but you want to know something? So is my woman. And guess who got me? The woman I'm with got me. Why? Because she actually made effort to get me. She actually didn't put walls up to make it more difficult for me to get with her. Right? Now, the beta males that are 97% of the guys in this world, maybe a little bit less, because the more and more this content is put out publicly on YouTube. Whoa. Wow, that's a big-ass plane. And that plane was coming low. That's that nice plane I saw earlier on in the week. Wow. When I saw that plane descending over there, like it looked a lot lower. Oh my God. Well, the airport's right there, so they have to start descending, right? So like I said, the thirsty beta males, more and more guys are learning this behavior, right? When it comes to getting to know women through dating apps and dating sites, right? Or just dating in general, right? But still, the majority of men are beta males, and that's what enables women nowadays to have the entitlement attitude, right? Like this woman that I was, talking with back in those days when I was single, felt entitled to my number, felt entitled to calling me with a blocked number. And she felt entitled to that because she's a lady, right? And, us ladies can't be too cautious, right? Well, you can't have it both ways. You can't say you want equal rights and you want everything to be equal and then expect me to bow down to that request. No, I want the same respect that you want, right? How do I know you're not some psychopath? I'm taking a chance, right? And it's interesting, like, if I go back 20 years ago, women were still guarded, but it was much easier to flip around women that were guarded. Like, going back to the conversation with this woman, and I got to share the screenshot at some point, okay? When she tried to say, give me your number and a time where I can call you, and I'll call you from a blocked number, right? I tried one more time. At that point, you give your final shot. Hey, everything in life involves taking a chance. I don't accept block calls on my phone. It's set that way. If you want to send me your number, I'll text you to arrange a call. If not, I wish you the best, right? It's called the takeaway, right? And with women nowadays, you have to use it more than ever. Now, that was still happening 20 years ago. The difference is 20 years ago, when a man like me would give the takeaway, in that case, in most cases, the woman would say, you know what? You do seem like a good guy, and I don't want to miss out on this possibility. I'm going to take a chance to give you my number. Hopefully you're not some creeper, but you know what? You're making an effort, right? So let me give you my number, right? Nowadays that takeaway is not working as often. And I think the reason is, and a lot of guys talk about this that create similar content as I do. I think the reason is because there are too many thirsty beta males out there giving women too many options, and they're pedestalizing women, and they're sucking up to women, and they're conforming to all this BS. I'll call you from a block number. No, right? So, but then when these women meet up with these guys, they're not attracted to them physically, or maybe they're cute enough, but they're beta males. They act like women, and they're not attracted to them, right? So then they waste their time with these guys that are compliant with them, through the dating apps and stuff, right? And then when they come across the guys they want, they put their guard up, say, hey, I'm not going to give you my number. You give me yours and I'll call you blocked. No. No, you're not entitled to my number, right? But do you see the entitlement, right? And I really can't even blame ladies for this, right? I really can't even blame ladies for this, because it's the thirsty beta males, the simps, the suckers idolizing mediocre lower regions of a woman's body. Punani. The suckers idolizing mediocre punani, right? It's the simps, the beta males, right? Those are the ones that are ruining it for all of us, right? Because they're conforming, and they're brainwashing women to believe that that's how all men are, including the good real men like myself, the alpha males. And the real alpha males, we don't put up with crap, right? An alpha male will be good to a woman. I am good to my woman. She'll tell you when I interview her. I am nice to her. I treat her well. I take her out to dinner. I get nice things for every now and then. But I do it when she's earned it. And she earns it all the time. You know why? Because she goes out of her way each and every day, without me even asking or provoking, how she feels about me. She reaches out to me first almost every day. Beautiful, like clockwork, right? And I get back to her. And it's awesome, right? You got to take chances. You got to be open to taking chances and put your guard down if you want to be successful at anything. Give me 1 second here. I'm going to go off the air. I'll be right back. All right, we're back. I wanted to look at the topic because Queen wasn't here to put the topic in the chat today. Because the way I wrote it makes sense. The right decision is unknown until after you take the risk. So take the risk. Take it, right? The right decision is unknown until after you take the risk, right? You've heard of the phrase, no risk, no reward, right? Okay? How many of you out there have held yourselves back from having what you want because you were too afraid to take the risk? Another thing, one of the quotes I use on some videos where I have end screens on, where you can click on another video. The ones here on mobile, yeah, they have those too, but they don't have the actual picture in the background like I do with my in-studio videos and my pre-recorded videos that also share a famous quote by Tony Robbins at the end of each of my videos, with the exception of these walking streams. And it says, people will do more to avoid pain than to gain pleasure. One more time. People will do more to avoid pain than to gain pleasure. In essence, it's saying, you'd rather sit there and be so guarded like a fucking fort, where you let no one in So that way no one can hurt you ever. Yeah, that's what that'll accomplish. But also you're going to be lonely and miserable because you're letting nothing in that's going to make you potentially happy, right? Put up that fort, that guard, right? People will do more to avoid pain than to gain pleasure. Why? Because we had a few experiences that didn't go right. Maybe you ladies gave one or two guys a chance and they used you for sex one night. Now you assume every guy's like that. There are many women like this. There are some guys like this too, but this is more so women when it comes to dating, right? Right? Because women, the biggest fear women have is not even you showing up at their place or crank calling them. That's not a big deal, right? They can just block you, right? The thing women worry about the most is that you're going to want to sleep with them right away, right? They're worried because they want to make sure you're a guy that doesn't have sex on his mind, right? Here's the thing. Every single guy out there and woman out there, whether you're looking for just sex or you want something real, everybody wants sex. That's a human, natural, biological thing. And if we're physically attracted to one another, even on a first date, and we're getting along, and we like each other, we have a great personality, and we're physically attracted to each other, we're both going to want to feel like we want that. Just like my lady and I felt that way on our first date, but we waited till the second date because I wanted to make it a little more special. But she was ready to show me how much she wanted me. To the point of where I was like, wow, even I was blown away by her. I was like, man, that girl has some balls. Figuratively speaking, of course, because she doesn't really have male testicles, right? Big turn on. She had some balls. And the fact alone that she was willing to give her body to me that first night, and I'm not saying this in a negative way because we were both there for the right reasons. The fact that she was willing to do that, like, just made me relax, because that basically told me this woman's really into me and really wants to be with me for the right reasons. So I was like, okay, cool. You know what? I know she wants this, right? I know now she's proven to me that she really wants me for the right reasons. Now let's do something special because she's earned it, right? Do you see? That may sound kind of weird, right? Some guys, and most guys, would have probably, taken a woman in that situation in the back of a supermarket the first time meeting and then bang her, right? Hey, I could have done that, but you want to know something? I wanted more than that. I wanted to show her that I understood what she meant when she said that. Sure, we could have gone back there and done that, but that told me, hey, you know what? She's into me. Let's now lead into a second date where we get a nice hotel suite, have a nice dinner, and have a nice romantic evening. And not, do things in the car. I'm not saying that. I've never done things in the car before. I think we all have, right? But you see what I'm saying? Part of your job as a man is to try to figure out as quickly as possible how into you the woman is, right? And part of that, even on a first date, is how open is she? Is she open to taking a chance? Is she going to show you some affection, right? Because the women that are closed off and they try to, hold back affection from happening, stay away from them. They're too guarded, right? Because affection and romance and intimacy is a natural feeling that will happen naturally and biologically, going with the flow. Could happen on the first date, second date, or third date. And if it doesn't happen by the third date, like I've always said, it's not meant to be. Because the truth of the matter is, a healthy woman is going to want to bang you at least as much as you want to bang her, or even more, right? A healthy woman mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually, is going to want you as much as you want her, maybe even more. And she'll make it real easy for you. So why deal with the women, guys, that are going to put you through the fucking ringer? Why? Now, on the flip side, very rarely there are men that'll put women through the ringer. But that's very, very rare because women have way more options nowadays because of those thirsty beta males and simps I've been talking about, right? Real quick here. It's not even sprinkling anymore. It's ended up being a decent day. This is actually the best time to walk the trail. It's not like muddy or anything, but it's a little bit damp. And your hiking boots stick to the ground better. You have like better footing. The gravel is not loose. So this is great. I've never seen a more closed off world than I have over the last 10 to 15, maybe even 20 years. More so the last 10 to 15 years, right? I've never seen more people, put their guards up. Especially women putting their guards up, right? Ladies, you can have everything you want, right? As long as you allow it. See, any woman that complains nowadays that there aren't any good men left out there, right? I can't find a guy. It's because the guys that you want, like me, right? You've encountered them, right? But you put your guard up when we've encountered you, right? So then you're left with the conforming beta males that will do as you say, right? And as much as you say, hey, a woman can lead and do this and that, you women are turned off by that, right? Women say, okay, we want to wear the pants, we want to be in control, right? All right, we have equal rights, you want to be in control, that's fine. But then you have that beta male that you go on a date or two with, and then you're like talking with your friends after that second date with the beta male, and you're like, I've gone on 2 dates with Johnny, and he's kind of cute, and he does well, he has a good job, and he dresses all right, but just something isn't vibing, right? The fact that he has no spine to stand up to you, the fact that he's conforming to everything that you want in your way or the highway is turning you off, ladies. My lady, let me tell you, she's one feisty son of a gun. I say that with love, and she knows that, right? I'm a little feisty too, right? But my lady, let me tell you something. She will challenge almost everything I say initially, right? She believes in me, don't get me wrong, right? But when I say things that I know are going to help her because I care about her, she will challenge me on those things, right? And we could be having a conversation in person or on the phone. And you know what I'll say? Baby, that's bullshit. I look her in the eyes. If we're in person, I'll look her in the eyes and say, baby, that's bullshit. And she knows it, right? She's like, no, it's not. I said, baby, it's bullshit. You know that. And instead of saying, no, it's not the second time, when I call her out on her shit, she comes over and starts making out with me. Then I'll say, baby, you're arguing with me, but now you're making out with me. Right? What happened? What's going on, right? And I know what's going on because I'm a smart dude. I've been through this stuff, right? It's the fact that, a lot of times women will say and do ridiculous things. They're emotional beings, right? And they're also testing men all the time to see how strong the man is to be with them, right? Because if you're not strong enough to call your woman out on her bullshit in a loving, playful, and loving yet dominant and playful way, then she's not going to be able to respect you and trust your masculine core that you can protect her in times of danger, right? That's the truth of the matter right there, right? That's the truth of the matter. It's funny to me, in every relationship I've had, especially in my 40s, every time I've called out one of my exes when they were being... All right, I'm back. No, it's not you. You don't need to refresh, Lewis. I keep getting cut off every now and then. It'll just pop right back on automatically. So yeah, one of my other exes, when I called her out one time, she's like, I don't know why, but I'm really turned on by you right now. And I knew it was happening, right? It was the fact that I stood up to her because she was coming at me with some emotional woman BS, right? That's normal for women to do, right? Testing my strength, right? And I called her out, and instead of saying, oh, it's okay, baby, right? And I'm like, no, baby, what the hell is going on? That's BS. What, come on, baby, don't be ridiculous, right? Right? I don't know why, but I'm just really, really turned on right now. You're turned on because I'm being a man, and I'm standing up to your ridiculous BS, because you know it's BS. And you want to know that, hey, I'm strong enough to be with you, right? Some of the best sex I ever had in my life was in my relationships after situations like that, because the emotions are running high, right? Your woman's trying to come at you in some ridiculous way, right? Regarding something that may not even be related to what's going on between you and her. Because women go through a lot of shit emotionally all day, every day, right? Then you ask her, what's wrong? What's wrong? Oh, there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong, right? I'm like, tell me what's wrong, baby. Oh, there's nothing wrong. Baby, when a woman says there's nothing wrong, there's something really effing wrong. So why don't you tell me what's wrong so we can talk about it, and then go to that nice romantic dinner and then make love all night? Would you rather sit here and dwell over BS all night, or would you rather make out and go to a nice dinner and make love and all that and bang, right? I don't know, but I'm just really, really, really turned on right now. I don't know why. Yeah, you know why. Because I'm being a man. Because I'm not sitting there like a little sissy boy, just basically agreeing with what you're saying, right? And you don't want the guy to agree because you're kind of lost, and you want the man to help you, find yourself out of that emotional moment that you're wrapped into for whatever reason at that moment, right? Got 10 people here in the box. 6 thumbs up. Thank you so much for being here, folks. Please like, share, subscribe, bang the bell, select the notifications, so that way you won't miss anything. I don't know. I may do a secondary stream from the studio tonight, just myself and the camera, if I'm up to it. No promises. There's some other things I want to talk about, and I want to do it in a very professional format. These walking streams are more like impromptu, shooting the shit. Yeah, they have a topic, but these are, more kind of like laid back and wearing a sporty outfit and just kind of like letting it all out, right? The ones from the studio, I try to make them a little more professional, a little less profanity, right? Dress a little nicer, right? So possibly later tonight, I may do a second stream. If not, I'll probably do a couple streams tomorrow. Everything in life, folks, I keep saying this. I've said it in many videos. everything in life involves taking a risk. And just because you're a lady nowadays doesn't mean you get special treatment over men when it comes to dating or giving out phone numbers or anything. You are equal. You fought for equal rights. You got them. You got them. And I have no problems with that, right? But if we're going to make everything completely equal between men and women, besides the fact that we are biologically different, if everything's going to be completely equal between men and women, then women, you can't play that card that I don't give my number out right away because you could be some creeper. Because I'll tell you what, there are some creepy ass women out there nowadays that I wouldn't want having my number, right? So see, women that play that card nowadays, it's ridiculous. And men like me, like I've said throughout this show, men like me that encountered them in the past, and men like me that they want, the non-beta males, the alpha males, right? When we encounter women like this, okay, we get to the point, and then we immediately will eliminate them if we sense that they're guarded in any way, shape, or form, right? Especially if these are women that are in their 40s and early 50s. What I noticed, and this is it's an interesting stat. You know, when I was in the dating market last year, before I met my lady, and in between relationships in the past, what I started to notice is that as the women get older, in their late 40s, especially women in their early 50s, if you get to women in their early to mid 50s that are still looking good, in good shape, and have their shit together, they have a car, they have a nice house, they have a great job, they're independent, but they're single, never married, no kids, it never, ever, 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 ever works out with them. There's somebody that's crisscrossing on the trail. When I get past them, they'll crisscross around me. Interesting. A young Asian gentleman. You see him? He's crisscrossing again. He stopped crisscrossing. He was like walking like this. Ooh. Maybe it works different muscles or something, right? Ooh, yeah. I've seen it all. Hey, to each its own, right? Whatever works for you. That gives you some more health benefits, loosens up your muscles, right? Burns more calories, whatever it is, makes you feel better. It's all good, to each its own, right? Who am I to judge, right? The air is so clean right now. You know, when you have that first rain in a while, it clears all the crap out of the air, right? It's so clean. And there's still a few people. There's a lady that's jogging by me here in a second. You got a few people still coming out on the trail, even in this weather. These are the real troopers. These are the people that come out on the trail on a day like this, there's a little bit of rain, are the people that really care about themselves and care about staying healthy and fit all their life, right? Exercising is year-round, come rain, come shine, right? No matter how busy you are, and come rain, come shine. In some areas, even if it's snowing, get on out there. Get your damn boots on, take a walk. Put on your beanie or whatever. Put on your ski or your snow jacket or whatever, right? There's no excuse. No excuses at all, right? Excuses are going to set you back in the same ways as not taking any risks. You get those people out there nowadays that have an excuse for everything and are guarded at the same time. You come across a person that's guarded and full of excuses, what can you do with that? Walk on by, ignore, don't talk, right? Don't talk to them anymore, which is what I'm trying to say, right? See, a person like me that's healthy and happy and has great communication skills, excellent communication skills, right? I love having conversations with people. I love having reasonable, friendly, down-to-earth conversations, right? But in order to have that, you need to be chatting with people that are happy and healthy as well, all around, mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually, right? And that's what I'm trying to tell you guys and gals out there in the dating world where you're struggling, especially in the dating world, right? The thing you want to try to find out the most about anyone you're encountering and potentially looking to meet in the dating world, or you're maybe chatting through a dating app, is you want to see how healthy they are mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and physically, right? And you ask, like I said in the past, you ask questions. You ask for their phone number. I'm not going to go through that whole spiel again, right? You want to get them off the site, which is why you don't use the built-in phone on the site. Right? You want to ask them a bunch of questions. You know, hey, do you have family nearby? Or what are you honestly seeking? Blah, blah, blah. Right? Like I've said in the past, if you get, people that say, hey, you're asking too many questions, what are this 20 questions? Then you know where they stand mentally and emotionally. They're not ready because they fear you're going to find something out about them that's going to eliminate them. So they put their guard up, right? And in essence, what they did, they just showed their cards. So in the past, when I had encountered women that would say, what is this, 20 questions? What is this, an interview? You goddamn right, it's 20 questions as an interview. I want to see if you're worthy of my time. I want to see if you're mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually stable. And apparently you're not. Because the questions I was asking are just trying to get to know you for the right reasons. See, people know what their hot buttons are. People know what their insecurities are. And if you are having a conversation, in the case of me in the past having conversations with women when I was single, okay, when I would ask certain questions and it would trigger them to say, what is this, 20 questions? What is an interview? It was because they knew I was closing in on asking a question that they were insecure about and didn't want me to know about. And had been eliminated in the past when guys found out about it, right? So you got to go for that, guys. You got to ask lots of questions. You got to be upfront and direct. You got to keep it moving forward. You got to get the phone number. Take it off the app. A woman that's really into you is going to move along the process as quickly as possible with you because she's going to want to get off the app as well, or the site as well, right? Many of you guys, you conform, you suck up to the woman, you do everything she says because you fear you're going to lose her if you don't. Well, it's better to lose her than to stick around and never get anywhere because of everything she's putting you through. She's guarded, she's jaded, right? Women that want to be that controlling and that guarded, even before you talk on the phone, that's how they're going to be when you're around them. So why would you want to be around someone like that? Folks, people's behavior online is a mimic of how they behave offline, right? So don't you think someone that, is really... Hey, Lewis, thank you for posting my stream on Facebook. I appreciate it, brother. Thank you so much. Like I was saying, women that really, really, really want to meet with you and really feel it for you in a genuine way are going to make it simple for you. They're not going to put any roadblocks up or any guards up. They're going to be down to earth, fun, playful, flirty, right? That's what you look for, guys. And I'll tell you, finding a woman like that nowadays is very, very rare. Most of them, the majority of women, I'd say probably about 90% of them, Lewis, can you see me now? You said and he is offline again. I should be online. Lewis, can you see me right now? Sorry, brother. Are you there? Am I through or am I not? Like, let me know, Lewis. That was stupid power lines. Right. You can hear me now, though, right, Lewis? It's all good? Yeah, thank you, Lewis. You're back now. Thank you. Appreciate it, brother. Like I said, the majority of women nowadays, I'd say 90% of them, if I had to guess, are very guarded, and they're going to put you through the ringer. And that's because of the beta males, the simps and the beta males, just conforming to everything these women want, right? Being overly cautious and stuff, right? Masculine energy is not being cautious. It's being a little bit more dangerous, but not in a bad way. It's like taking chances that you know have a great chance of failing, but you still take that chance anyway. And sometimes it just pans out. And if you do it enough, it'll pan out more often than not. Right? And see, the unhealthy women nowadays, like I've been mentioning, that are guarded, when you're a chance taker, when you're an open-minded, flirty, fun guy that's willing to take a risk and meet up and see where it goes and stuff like that, right? The unhealthy women will get scared off by that. The healthy women that are attracted to masculinity in the right way, that women were designed to be attracted to masculinity, will actually be all over that. They'll be turned on by that. You just have to find the right woman. And nowadays, there are far fewer women that are in that healthy state. For many reasons, like I said, the beta males, the simps, right? The internet, right? Just, just the way the world is nowadays has really, really put the majority of women on guard, right? So how do we turn that around? The beta males and the simps, stop simping. Stop being beta males. Stop agreeing to everything that stop agreeing to all the ridiculous shit that women get you to do to qualify to go on a date with them. Because all those ridiculous measures, all these women are placing them on, they're placing them even on the alpha males like myself. Right? Now again, I'm grateful that, almost 6 months ago I found an amazing woman, and I don't have to deal with that crap anymore. But I still feel for you folks. I'm still here to share my past stories. I want you folks to know what I've been through and what it took for me to get to where I'm at, so you can get there, right? I'm going to go on the observation deck, folks, and then head on back. We are at, it says 79 minutes, an hour and 19 minutes, minus a couple cutoffs, an hour 17, an hour 18 minutes or so, maybe almost an hour 19. Get your questions, comments, and concerns in the chat. We'll be going off the air at about, I'd say, 15 to 20 minutes. It's a little wet here. It did rain a little bit earlier. But right now, it feels amazing. My ladies watching, one of these days, I'm going to bring you on this trail. I think you will love it. The great egret with the big sharp beak, right? Lewis, that beak right there could do some damage. You see how sharp that beak is? If it's even in focus. This is what you find out here. Then you have the duckies, right? They're not rubber duckies out here. They're real duckies, Lewis. Rubber ducky, you're the one. Bufflehead. Kind of looks like a hawk. My lady and I saw a hawk on the trail we were on yesterday in her area. And I told her the story about how when I was younger, I used to call my mother the hawk. Because my mother had a bird's eye view of anything I try to get away with. Like my mother could see me from a distance. And hawks have incredible eyes. Like their eyes are like super magnetic. They're like magnifying eyes. Like I think they can see like 20 to 50 to 100 times greater than human eyes. And when the hawk flies up above, there's nothing better than a bird's eye view, right? That's why they call it a bird's eye view, right? That's what made the Goodyear blimp and the blimps famous at ball games, football games, the Super Bowl, etc., right? World Series, etc. The air is so fresh. Get your questions, comments, concerns in the chat, folks. We'll be going off the air probably in about 15 minutes or so. No risk, no reward. If you don't take risks, you're holding yourself back. You have no one to blame but yourself, right? And here's my guess. You never know what's going to happen, but here's my guess to the very guarded women and to guarded people in general regarding anything, right? With the advent of the internet, more and more people, especially if we're talking about the dating world here, when it comes to guarded women, with the advent of the internet, right, and people talking about this, there's going to be a point in time where the majority of the beta males are going to flip to alphas, or at least not be as beta, right? And they're going to start calling you ladies out on your BS, right? And the tables are going to turn where men are going to be, men are going to have a little bit more of an upper hand in the game. And it's not that us men want the upper hand. We just want things to be the way they were, right? With the exception of, hey, women can still have equal rights. That's not a problem, right? But before the beta males, before modern society and the beta males, primarily started by the millennials, I'll just say that, they screwed everything up. It's the truth. No disrespect, it's just the truth, right? Yeah, before the beta males, women would seek out men. Men were primarily strong. They had no choice. Men had to go out and hunt and bring back to provide for their family. So there were no sissy men back then. So women, tons of women were chasing all men, right? But what happened in this modern world? Women got liberated and, things turned around and women started doing jobs that exude more masculine energy and started behaving differently, right? It changed men. Instead of women chasing men, now men are chasing women, right? And again, I've said this before, I'll say it again. Women think they want to be chased. They even say, men don't chase me anymore. How come they don't chase me anymore? I like it when a man chases me. No, you don't. No, you don't. You think you do, right? What you say you want and what you respond to are two totally different things, right? And the reason why men aren't chasing you anymore is because you're not worthy of being chased. No woman's worthy of being chased, right? I'm not saying women aren't worthy, they are, but no woman is worthy of being chased by a man. Women need to feel like they're winning a prize to feel it for a man. My woman, the only reason why she's with me, I mean, she really does care, but she feels like she won a prize. Now, I'm a humble dude. I know I'm a good dude. I have a big heart, right? I know I'm a dude. So I'm not going to say, yeah, I'm the prize. I'm the shit. I'm not like that, right? But my woman feels like she won a prize to be with me, right? That's how women want to feel. Now you have women nowadays coming out on social media saying, I'm the prize. No, you're not. You're not the prize. With no disrespect. Like I said before I got cut off, women are not attracted to men that bask in their glory or suck up to them. They're not. They're just not. They're absolutely not. So why do some women come out and say that, they want to be chased by men, or, they want to wear the pants and this and that? Thank you, Lewis. I am back. They do it because in this crazy modern digital world of social media and women being liberated and all that, see, women right now are at a stage where being liberated is still fairly new, last 50, 55 years, right? And they're revolting, and maybe they're making up for lost time, or maybe everyone's just trying to figure this change out, right? Okay? But one of the main reasons why women do it is they love attention. Women, when women are immature, which a lot of women don't really mature nowadays fully until they're in their 30s too. Like, women technically are supposed to mature quicker than men, but a lot of women nowadays, don't mature until their 30s, because when they're hot in their late teens and early to mid to late 20s, they get a lot of attention and they love that. And then they want to see how much attention they can get, right? Then they use that to build social media and make money, right? And then what happens at 30, right? They're still pretty good looking, but their looks start to decline, right? And guys, even their age are going for 20-year-olds and 25-year-olds that are hotter, right? Right? So in essence, initially women are loving the attention and validation. And even if they find a good enough guy to settle down, they don't, because they love the attention. They love being able to market the attention they're getting. And that's what a lot of women are doing nowadays. They're marketing, their looks, right? And then they focus on that because they're making good money just because of their looks. The thirsty beta males and simps are paying them money through OnlyFans and other sites, right? Maybe even YouTube channels and all that, right? Instagram and all that, right? But what happens when their looks fade? What are they going to do then? When their looks fade, what are they going to do then? Then they go on to TikTok and they start to whine and complain. No guys talk to me anymore. No guys want me. Well, that's because when you were at your most attractive, you didn't want the guys. You wanted to have fun, right? You wanted to have fun and play around during your prime years that are your best years to attract guys. And these women, some of them still look good in their 30s and 40s. Like, my woman still looks good she's 46, she still looks good. But she has a great attitude. See, a lot of these women, they still look good in their 30s and 40s, but their attitude becomes really shitty. You know why? Because they're not getting the same attention and making the same money they used to based on their looks. And once they have that taste, they feel they're entitled to it for life. Right? And they just cannot let the fact go that people age. And women age differently than men. It's the truth. No disrespect, right? Not sustainable long term. It's short-lived. I've talked about many things in life that aren't sustainable long term. People try to shortcut things, right? People ask me, again, why, Eli? You haven't, really grown that much on YouTube. You've been on YouTube for 5 years. right? It hasn't really grown that much. It seems like you're putting in a lot more effort than the return you're getting. You know why? I'm not taking the shortcut. I'm taking the long route. I'm taking it one day at a time. I'm not doing stupid things to get quick attention. And I'm not looking to create something that is only sustainable in the short term. I'm looking for long-term sustainability, and that takes a lot of time to build, guys, sometimes even a decade. Right? Anyway, folks, I'm going to wrap this up. We are at, it says 91 minutes, about to turn 92 minutes, an hour and 32 minutes, minus a few cutoffs, an hour 29, an hour 30, hour 31 or so, around there with all the cutoffs. I want to thank you all for being here. I'm going to just come over here to this side, and I'm going to go off the air one more time so I can reset my connection so that way the stream shuts down properly. Sometimes it shuts down improperly because it loses connection as I'm shutting it down, and that's why on some of my mobile streams it says live stream offline for like 30 minutes for the replays available, because if it doesn't shut down properly and you lose a connection when you're shutting it down, it goes in a tailspin loop and you can't go back in and manually shut it down. So you have to wait for YouTube to shut it down automatically like 30 minutes after. All right, folks, we're back. Time to wrap this baby up. Hopefully you all got some great value here. Please like, share, subscribe, bang the bell, select the notifications so that way you won't miss anything. I'm not quite sure if I'll be back later tonight, but there's an in-studio professional stream I want to do over the next few days, either tonight or tomorrow. Just keep it locked here. Subscribe, bang the bell, select the notifications. Lewis says, okay, see you later. Have a good night. You too, Lewis, and everyone else. Thank you for being here, Lewis. And thank you to everyone else that was watching behind the scenes. Have yourselves a great one, and I'll see you all next time. Take care, and as always, please, please, please be good to each other.